fractions. But the problem is, fractions don't always have the same denominator. And you cannot add or subtract unless they have the same denominator. Okay. So these are the steps you got to follow. If you want to write them down, you can. Remember, this video is posted in daily plan. You with me so far?
Yes.
All right. So the steps are, first we're going to rewrite the fractions using it's called LCD. Least common denominator. Hey, does that sound familiar?
Yeah.
Hey, we did LCM. Since we already know the LCM, now we're going to do LCD. Not LSD. Okay. So, number 2, blank the numerators. Well, we're going to either add or subtract the numerators. But you have to first find a common denominator. Okay, number 3, write the result over the denominator. Or you know what, instead of denominator, we need to write it over the least common denominator. And then, of course, the last step, which I will be honest, in 6th grade, it is not an expectation or standard that you simplify, but you need to know it by 7th grade. So I think we should start now. Now, we're going to be doing this for a couple days. If it sticks the first day. If you get it, oh, don't worry, we'll come back to it. If you get it, great, awesome, feel awesome. If you don't get it, keep in mind, we're going to do this again next week. Okay, your homework isn't even going to start on this until next week. Let's look at an example. Here we are going to do what? Add fractions. We're just going to tell you what we're doing. So to answer the question, find the sum of 2 fractions. What are they? Well, you're buying art supplies of the total amount. You spend 1/4 on paper, and 3/5 you're going to spend on paints and charcoal pencils. So how much are you going to add in all? Well, we have to add 3/5 and 1/4. Can I add these? Oh, I can't. Why can't I add these? They have unlike denominators. Okay, so we need to find a common denominator. Now, we could probably make a list, but really 4 and 5, what do they have in common?
20.
Say again?
20.
20. So the LCD is 20. So we are going to rewrite 3/5 and 1/4. We're going to rewrite it with a common denominator of 20. Let's see if this, are you starting to get a flashback? Remembering? Because I know a lot of 5th grade teachers started teaching this. Yeah, so let's take a look at 3/5. The denominator is 5. What do we have to do to 5 to make it 20? Multiply by
4.
Now, since it's we're just rewriting it, we're not changing its value. So what you do to the bottom, you must do to the top. 3 times 4 is
12.
12. All right, now down here. Okay, to rewrite it, 4 times 5 is 20. What you do to the bottom, you must.
2 to the top.
1 times 5 is
5.
5. How can we add them?
Yes.
What is it? 12 and 5 is
16.
17.
20.
So, how much will he spend of the total amount? How much will he spend on
I think it's 17.
all the supplies? 12 and 5 is 17. So, you know that goes back to, does the denominator change?
Yeah.
It does when you rewrite it, but when you add, okay, I'll go back to our note. When you're done, we add or subtract the numerators. Okay, we don't do anything with the denominators. That stays the same. We'll model that later. But right now, yeah, we're just adding how many pieces there are. There's 12 pieces out of 20, 5 pieces out of 20. How many is that altogether? 17. Let's try another one. What if I had you rewrite 5/6 and 2/3? What are the 2 denominators? 6 and 3. What multiple do they have in common? 6. Do we need to rewrite this one?
No.
No. So I'm going to say 5/6. I'm going to rewrite it as
5/6.
5/6. It's the same thing. And the other fraction is 2/3. We need to find a common denominator. 6. What do we do to 3 to get 6? Times 2. What you do to the bottom, you must.
2 to the top.
2 times 2 is
4.
All right. Now can we add?
Yes.
All right. What is 5 and 4?
9.
All right. So 9, 6. Whoa, that is an improper fraction. It's more than a whole. So, look at a circle. There's a peace sign. Okay, out of 6 pieces, you have actually 9. Not perfect, but okay, so we have 9 pieces, so that's 1 whole. And 1, 2, 3 out of 6. But wait a minute. What is it?
1 1/2.
So I'm going to cross this out and I'm going to change it to 1 and
1/2.
So what we did is we rewrote 2/3 using the LCD of, I almost wrote 20. First mistake of the year. Okay, 6. So,
like 7 times.
What's the total answer? 1 and 1/2. 1.5. Okay. Next one. What are we doing here?
Subtracting.
All right, so let's put a story to it. We're measuring hair growth. Okay, 1 month is 5/6 of an inch. Another month is 3/4 of an inch. What's the difference between those two? How much more has it grown? So finding difference means we subtract the smaller amount from the bigger one. What's the smaller amount? Say 3/4.
3/4.
Okay, we're going to take that away from 5/6. Now, can we subtract them? No, because they don't have the same denominator. All right. So we need to rewrite them. We got 5/6 subtract 3/4. Guys, can I put 3/4 on top?
No.
All right. So what do 6 and 4 have in common?
12.
Should we make a list or can we do it in our head? Yeah, we'll do it in our head. Okay, so we have 12ths and we have 12ths. Now the question is, what do we do to 4 to make it 12ths?
3.
Multiply by 3. Do to the bottom, you. 2 times 3.
9.
And what do we do to 6 to make it 12ths? 2 times 2. What you do to the bottom, you must.
2 to the top.
5 times 2 is
10.
10. All right, now can we subtract?
Yes.
10 12ths. Take away 9 12ths is.
1/12.
All right. We have now subtracted. Yes, I know. Isn't that amazing? All right. So let's try. I want you and your shoulder partner to do number 1. Thing you got to do, you have to line it up. Okay? I call it going vertical. Please make sure you go vertical with it, especially now when our numbers are friendly. Okay, what do both 8 and 6 have in common? 24. Okay. So the question is, what do we do to 6 to make it 24? Multiply by 4. What you do to the bottom, you must. All right. 5 times 4 is 20. Okay, what do we do to 8s to make it 24? Abigail, who can help me out? Yes.
So
8 times 3?
and then
Good.
you have what you do wrong, you have to do.
Very good. 7 times 3 is 21. All right, now if we subtract these, what is 21 take away 20?
1.
1. So your answer is 1.
And the
24th.
And you make a 1.
All right, let's try the next one. Change lines. All right, how about number 2? Let's do this one together. Write it. I call it going vertical. Now, please understand that the function is add. So we have 4/9 and 1/3. Please check your shoulder partner and make sure they are not sleeping. There you go.
He's
There you
sleeping.
go.
He's sleeping.
I knew it. Yeah, your bosses now. Parents can see it on the camera. All right. Okay.
There's no camera. How do you know?
All right. What is the common denominator? Lower. 9. Yep. Oh, that's what you meant. Okay. All right. So we have the lowest common denominator of 9. Can you imagine if I chose 100 35?
Yeah.
That would be tough. So it's really important that you find the least common denominator. All right, if it's 9, all right, if the least common denominator, what did we do to thirds to make it ninths? Times 3. What you do to the bottom, you must. All right. The other one, we leave it as 4 9. All right, so the answer, 4 9ths and 3 9ths is
7 9ths.
7 9ths. Very good. All right, so let's go over the steps. What did we do to get it done? First, we need to find a common denominator. Then we need to rewrite the fractions. Once they have a common denominator, then we can add or subtract to find the difference in the sum. Now, I want you and your shoulder partner to show me whether or not you got this. I would like you to try number 3 and number 4.
Okay. So we have to.
The first thing you have to do is go vertical, correct?
Yes.
So you and your shoulder partner, you should have rewritten it vertical. That way you can attend precision. You can look, you can find where your errors might be. All right, what's the first common multiple of 3 and 5?
15.
15. Have you noticed that I've cleaned up my writing just a little bit? It makes it so much easier. It makes it so much easier to read, and to find your errors. 2 times 5 is 10. 1 times 3 is 3. How'd I do? Good. And what's the function? Add or subtract? Add. When you do all these steps, it's so common that I see a student accidentally do the wrong function. Make sure you come back to that. Look for the add or the subtract. All right, 10 15ths and 3 15ths is 13 15ths. Okay, and 5 9ths. Subtract 2 15ths. What is the common multiple they have?
45.
45. Are there bigger multiples they share, like 90?
Yes.
Yeah, but it would work, but you're going to end up simplifying later on. So it's better to find the least. So, again, keeping it neat. We have 25 and we have 6. What is the result?
1945.
1945. Okay, guys. Thumbs? Sorry, not thumbs. Let's go fist to 5. How are we feeling about our learning target? Adding and subtracting fractions. Hold it up clear so I can see. All right. Looks like we're getting there, guys. I'm going to save this. It takes a while.